Wake up, it's a brand new day, and you've got the power to shape it into something extraordinary. But here's the truth. Most people roll out of bed, go through the motions, and wonder why nothing changes. That's not you. You are here to dominate your day, not let it dominate you. And it all starts with the questions you ask yourself every single morning. What are you excited about today? Not what you have to do, not your obligations, but what fires you up. Because if you can't find something that excites you, you're already losing. Energy isn't something you wait for, it's something you create. Get intentional about it. And while you're at it, ask yourself, what are you grateful for? Gratitude isn't just a feel-good emotion, it's fuel. You can't be fearful, angry, or stressed when you're truly grateful. So before you get lost in the noise of the day, ground yourself in what's already great. Now let's get laser focused. What is your biggest goal today? Not your to-do list, not what someone else expects from you. What is the one thing that will move the needle forward? Clarity is power. Decide what matters and attack it. But here's the real question. Who do you need to be today? The world doesn't reward potential, it rewards action. If you want different results, you have to become the person who gets those results. Step into that version of yourself right now. And let's be real, challenges are coming. They always do. But if you anticipate them, you take away their power. Ask yourself, what obstacles might show up today and how will I handle them? Winners don't wait to react, they plan to conquer. Success isn't just about you, it's about impact. So ask yourself, how can I serve others today? The fastest way to elevate your life is to elevate others. Show up with value, with kindness, with strength. And don't forget the little things that make the big difference, your habits. What habits will you reinforce today? Every choice you make is either pushing you closer to greatness or pulling you away. Choose wisely. And what about the lies you tell yourself, the ones that say you're not good enough, not ready, not capable? Those beliefs are chains, and today you break them. What limiting beliefs do you need to destroy? Rewrite your story. Now, let's define success. What will make today a victory? If you don't decide in advance what success looks like, you'll never know when you've won. Set the bar and go after it. And how will you celebrate your progress? Because growth isn't just about the grind, it's about recognizing how far you've come. Acknowledge your wins, big and small, and use that momentum to keep going. Your life isn't happening to you, it's happening because of you. And it all starts with the right questions. Now go make today unstoppable. If you're not excited about something, you're not really living, you're just going through the motions. And if that's how you start your day, guess what? That's how your day is going to unfold. Energy doesn't just show up, you create it, you generate it by focusing on what lights you up, what drives you, what makes you feel alive. If you wake up and your first thought is stress, obligation, or boredom, you've already lost momentum before you've even started. But if you train yourself to find something, anything that excites you, you flip the switch, you put yourself in a peak state where you're ready to take on the world. Now, maybe you're thinking, but I don't feel excited about anything right now. That's the problem. That's why you have to look for it. Maybe it's a goal you're working toward, a challenge you're ready to conquer, or even a small moment, something as simple as a conversation, a workout, or the opportunity to get better today than you were yesterday. It doesn't have to be big, it just has to be real. And when you find it, when you lock onto it, everything changes. Your body wakes up, your mind sharpens, your energy rises, and suddenly you're not just getting through the day, you're attacking it. Think about the days when you've been on fire, when you couldn't wait to jump out of bed. What was different? You had something pulling you forward. You had a reason, a mission, a spark. That's the state you need to create every single morning. Because when you wake up with purpose, you move differently, you think differently, you operate at a whole different level. And that level is where breakthroughs happen. But listen, excitement isn't something you leave to chance. You don't wait for it. You generate it. Every morning you make the decision, what am I going to focus on that fuels me? Because whatever you focus on, you feel. If you focus on problems, you'll feel stuck. If you focus on possibilities, you'll feel unstoppable. And when you start your day with that unstoppable energy, you set the tone for everything else. So right now, decide, what's one thing, just one, that excites you today? Find it, hold on to it, use it, because when you control your focus, you control your life, and today is yours to take. Now go make it happen. And while you're at it, ask yourself, what am I grateful for? Because let's be real. Most people wake up and immediately start thinking about what's wrong, what they don't have, what's stressing them out, the problems they have to deal with. And if that's the first thing on your mind, you're already putting yourself in a state of scarcity before your feet even hit the ground. But when you shift your focus to gratitude, everything changes. Gratitude isn't just about feeling good, it's a weapon. It's one of the most powerful tools you have to take control of your emotions, your energy, and your life. When you're in a state of gratitude, fear disappears, stress dissolves. You stop focusing on what's missing and start seeing the opportunities that are right in front of you. And let's be honest, there's always something to be grateful for, always. Maybe it's your health, your family, the people in your life who love you. Maybe it's the fact that you have another day, another shot to step up, grow, and become the person you were meant to be. Maybe it's something as simple as the air in your lungs, the sun coming up, or the fact that you're even here in this moment with the chance to make today better than yesterday. See, gratitude isn't about waiting until everything is perfect. It's about training yourself to find the good in every moment, no matter what's going on around you. Because when you can be grateful in the middle of chaos, you become unstoppable. Nothing shakes you, nothing breaks you. You develop a mindset of resilience, of strength, of absolute certainty that no matter what happens, you will find a way to grow, to learn, to make something great out of it. And here's the thing, gratitude isn't passive. It's not just sitting around saying, I'm thankful. No, it's about feeling it, living it, embodying it. It's about waking up and saying, I am grateful. And because of that, I will show up differently today. When you truly feel gratitude, you move with more confidence. You treat people differently. You approach your goals with a different level of intensity. You stop taking things for granted and start maximizing every opportunity, every moment, every breath. So ask yourself right now, what are you grateful for? Not just in your head, but in your heart. Feel it. Let it flood through you, because if you start your day with gratitude, you start your day with power. And when you live in that state, you don't just wait for life to get better, you make it better. Now go own today. Now, let's get laser focused. What is your biggest goal today? Not your to-do list, not the dozen little distractions that are going to pull at you, but the one thing that truly matters. Because let's be real, most people wake up and let the day decide for them. They react to emails, texts, notifications, and whatever crisis shows up first. And then they wonder why they're exhausted at the end of the day but feel like they got nothing done. That's not you. You don't wake up to survive the day. You wake up to own it. Clarity is power. If you don't decide what matters most, the world will decide for you. And guess what? The world doesn't care about your goals. It doesn't care about your dreams. It will pull you in 100 different directions if you let it. But when you wake up and ask yourself, what is my biggest goal today? You take control. You give your mind a target. And when your mind has a target, it moves toward it with force. Now, maybe you're thinking, I have so many things to do, I don't even know where to start. That's the trap, the myth that everything is equally important. It's not. There's always one thing, the thing that if you focus on it will create the biggest impact. Maybe it's making that phone call, finishing that project, having that conversation you've been avoiding. Maybe it's pushing yourself harder in the gym, locking in a new habit, or taking one more step toward your ultimate vision. Whatever it is, find it. Because when you focus on the right thing, everything else falls into place. And don't just think about it, commit to it. Decide right now, this is the thing I will accomplish today. Not I'll try, not I'll get to it if I have time. No, this is happening. This is non-negotiable. Because the difference between the people who succeed and the people who struggle isn't talent, luck, or even intelligence. It's certainty. It's the ability to decide what they want and go after it with everything they've got. But listen, setting the goal isn't enough. You've got to back it up with action. A goal without action is just a wish, and wishes don't build empires. So what's the first step? What can you do right now, the moment you step into your day, to move toward that goal? Decide, write it down, lock it in, and then don't wait. Don't hesitate, move. Because when you step into your day with a clear mission, you don't just hope for progress, you make it inevitable. Now go make it happen. But here's the real question. Who do you need to be today? Because let's be honest, most people wake up and just show up as whatever version of themselves feels easiest. They operate on autopilot, carrying the same habits, the same fears, the same excuses as yesterday, and they wonder why nothing changes. If you want a different life, a different result, a different level of success, you have to decide right now who you are going to be today. You don't get what you want in life. You get what you tolerate. You get what you demand of yourself. If you wake up and say, I hope today goes well, you've already lost. But if you wake up and say, today, I am relentless. Today, I am unstoppable. Today, I am disciplined, focused, and powerful. That's a completely different game, because your identity, who you believe you are, controls everything. If you believe you're just an average person trying to get through the day, you'll act like it. But if you believe you're a leader, a warrior, a force to be reckoned with, you'll step up, you'll push harder, you'll make the tough decisions. And listen, this isn't about fake positivity. This is about training yourself to step into the best version of who you are every single day. It's about deciding in advance how you're going to think, how you're going to respond, how you're going to attack the day. Because if you don't decide, the world will decide for you. Someone will say something that throws you off. A challenge will show up and knock you down. But when you wake up and say, this is who I am today, nothing can shake you. Maybe today you need to be bold. Maybe today you need to be patient. Maybe today you need to be the person who doesn't back down, who doesn't let fear win. Whatever it is, decide it now. Don't wait until life tests you, because life will test you. Challenges are coming, doubt is coming, distractions are coming. The only question is, will you meet them as your old self, the one who hesitates, who makes excuses, who plays small? Or will you meet them as the version of you who is ready, who is stronger, who refuses to be anything less than extraordinary? You already know who that person is. You already know what they would do. So be them, step into that version of yourself before your feet even hit the ground. Breathe like them, move like them, think like them, own it. Because when you show up as that person, the world responds. People see it, opportunities open up, and most importantly, you start proving to yourself what you're truly capable of. Now go show the world who you really are, and let's be real, challenges are coming, they always do. The question isn't if obstacles will show up today, it's when and how you're going to deal with them. Most people go through life hoping things will be easy, wishing for a day without problems, without resistance. But that's not how life works. Life tests you. It throws roadblocks in your path, distractions in your mind, and pressure on your shoulders. And if you're not ready for it, if you're not anticipating it, you'll get knocked off course before you even realize what happened. But that's not you. You don't wait for life to hit you and then decide how you're going to react. You prepare, you anticipate, you wake up and ask yourself, what challenges might I face today and how will I overcome them? Because when you expect the resistance, it loses its power over you. You don't get thrown off. You don't waste energy panicking, stressing, or making excuses. You just handle it. You adapt. You overcome. Think about the times in your life when you've been at your absolute best, when you were on fire, when you crushed it, when you pushed through something that seemed impossible. Those moments didn't happen when things were easy. They happened when you were challenged, when you were forced to dig deep, when you had to find something inside yourself that you didn't even know was there. That's how strength is built. That's how greatness is created. It's not about avoiding obstacles. It's about facing them head on and proving to yourself that nothing can stop you. So don't just hope for a smooth day. Prepare for the tough moments, because they're coming. Someone's going to say something that tests your patience. Something unexpected is going to throw off your schedule. That little voice in your head is going to try to convince you that you're not ready, that today isn't the day, that it's okay to play small. You need to decide right now how you're going to respond when that happens. And here's the secret. When you shift your mindset from fear of challenges to anticipation of them, everything changes. Challenges stop feeling like problems and start feeling like opportunities. Every obstacle becomes a test of your strength, a chance to prove to yourself what you're made of. And when you approach your day with that level of certainty, nothing can shake you. So what's it going to be? Are you going to go through today hoping it all works out, hoping nothing throws you off? Or are you going to step up, take control, and decide in advance that no matter what comes your way, you will rise to meet it? Because when you live like that, when you expect the challenge and embrace it, there is nothing that can stop you. Now go handle your day. And let's get something straight. Nothing great happens alone. Success isn't a solo game. You don't rise to the top by yourself. You don't overcome challenges, break through limits, or achieve your biggest goals in isolation. The people around you matter. They shape you. They influence your mindset, your energy, your decisions. And if you're not intentional about who you surround yourself with, you might be letting the wrong people pull you down without even realizing it. So ask yourself, who do I need to connect with today? Who is going to challenge you, push you, inspire you? Because every single day, you're either surrounding yourself with people who elevate you or people who drain you. And if you're not paying attention to that, you're playing a dangerous game. You could be taking advice from someone who has no idea what they're talking about. You could be spending time with people who make you doubt yourself, who plant fear and hesitation in your mind. And if you let that go unchecked, it will rob you of your momentum, your confidence, your potential. But the flip side, when you intentionally seek out people who are playing at a higher level, people who think bigger, move faster, and demand more from themselves, you rise, you step up, you start to see what's possible. Because the truth is, if you're always the smartest, most driven person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Growth happens when you surround yourself with those who challenge you to be more, do more, live more. And it's not just about learning from others, it's about who you show up for too. Because connection isn't just about what you can get, it's about what you can give. Who can you reach out to today? Who can you encourage, support, or push to another level? Because when you pour into others, when you add value, when you lift someone else up, you don't just change their life, you change your own. You reinforce the leader, the friend, the unstoppable force that you are. And don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for someone to come to you. If there's someone you admire, reach out. If there's a conversation you've been avoiding, have it. If there's a relationship you need to strengthen, make it a priority. Because one connection, one conversation can change the entire trajectory of your life. So think about it. Who do you need to connect with today? Who is going to challenge you, push you, expand your vision? And who can you lift up, support, and inspire? Decide now, because when you surround yourself with the right people and become the kind of person who lifts others higher, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Now go make it happen. Energy is everything. It drives your thoughts, your actions, your emotions. It determines whether you move through the day with power and intensity or whether you drag yourself through it, barely getting by. And the truth is, most people don't think about their energy at all. They wake up tired, sluggish, overwhelmed, and they just accept it. They go through the motions, hoping their energy will magically improve, hoping something outside of them will give them a boost. But that's not how it works. Energy isn't something you get, it's something you generate. It's something you take responsibility for. So ask yourself right now, what am I doing to fuel my body and mind today? Because if you're not being intentional about this, you're putting yourself at a massive disadvantage. You can have the best mindset in the world, the biggest goals, the best strategies, but if your energy is low, if your body isn't at peak performance, none of that matters. You won't follow through, you won't attack the day with the intensity you need. And that's the difference between people who succeed at the highest level and those who stay stuck in energy. You already know what drains you: poor sleep, garbage food, sitting all day, constantly reacting to stress instead of taking control of it. If you let these things run your life, you will never operate at your highest level. So flip the switch. Decide right now that you're going to do what it takes to fuel your body and mind at the highest level. Move. Get your blood flowing first thing in the morning. Jump, stretch, run, lift, whatever it takes to wake up your system and shift your state. Feed yourself the right fuel. You wouldn't put cheap gas in a high-performance car, so why do it to your own body? Hydrate, breathe deep, demand more from yourself physically, because when your body is strong, your mind follows. And it's not just physical energy, it's mental energy too. What are you feeding your mind today? What are you focusing on? Because if you're constantly consuming negativity, scrolling mindlessly, drowning in stress and distractions, your mental energy is shot before the day even starts. Protect your focus, guard your mind, feed it with something powerful, read something that challenges you, listen to something that lifts you up, set your intentions before the world sets them for you. And listen, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to overhaul your entire routine in one day, but you do need to commit. You do need to take control, because energy isn't something that just shows up. It's something you create. Gratitude changes everything. It shifts your mindset, your emotions, your entire experience of life. Most people wake up and immediately focus on what's wrong. what they don't have, what's stressing them out, what isn't going their way. And when you start your day in that state, how do you think the rest of the day unfolds? You carry that frustration, that anxiety, that scarcity mindset into every conversation, every decision, every action you take. And then you wonder why you feel stuck, why nothing seems to be enough, why no matter how much you achieve, it never feels fulfilling. But the second you shift to gratitude, everything changes. Because gratitude isn't just about feeling good, it's about training your mind to focus on what's strong instead of what's wrong. It's about rewiring yourself to see the opportunity, the blessing, the lesson in every situation. And when you do that, when you start your day with gratitude, you're no longer a victim of circumstances. You become a master of them. So ask yourself right now, what am I truly grateful for today? And don't just list the obvious things. Go deeper. What's something you've been taking for granted? Maybe it's your health. The fact that you woke up today breathing, moving, with another chance to go after your dreams. Maybe it's the people in your life, the ones who support you, who challenge you, who have been there even when you weren't at your best. Maybe it's the struggles, the failures, the lessons that shaped you into who you are today. Because when you can look at your challenges and say, I'm grateful for this, you become unstoppable. Nothing can break you. And this isn't about ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It's about controlling your focus. It's about deciding no matter what happens today, I will find something to be grateful for. Because the more you practice gratitude, the more your brain starts looking for it automatically. And that's when everything shifts. That's when you stop feeling like life is happening to you and start realizing it's happening for you. And let's take it a step further. Don't just feel gratitude, express it. Who in your life needs to hear that you appreciate them today? Who has made an impact on you that maybe you haven't acknowledged? Send the text, make the call, look them in the eye and let them know. Because when you express gratitude, you don't just lift others up, you elevate yourself. You step into a state of abundance, of power, of certainty, and from that place, there is no room for fear, no room for doubt. Only the absolute certainty that life is happening in your favor. So decide right now, before you do anything else today, what are you grateful for? Feel it, own it, let it fuel you, because when you lead with gratitude, there is no limit to what you can create, what you can give, and what you can become. Now go live in that state. Decisions shape destiny. Every single day, you're faced with choices, some big, some small, but all of them are shaping your future. The problem is most people don't even realize they're making decisions. They drift through life reacting to whatever happens, letting circumstances dictate their direction instead of taking control. And then they wonder why they feel stuck, why they're not making progress, why they keep getting the same results. But here's the truth. If you don't make decisions with intention, life will make them for you. And you might not like where that takes you. So ask yourself right now, what is the most important decision I need to make today? Because whether you realize it or not, there's always a decision in front of you. Maybe it's the decision to finally commit to something you've been avoiding. Maybe it's the decision to stop tolerating excuses from yourself or others. Maybe it's the decision to push past fear, to take action even when you don't feel ready. But whatever it is, waiting isn't an option. Indecision is a decision. It's a decision to stay where you are. And let's be clear, successful people aren't the ones who never make mistakes. They're the ones who make decisions fast and adjust as they go. They don't sit around waiting for the perfect plan, the perfect moment, the perfect guarantee. They trust themselves, they commit, and because of that, they create momentum while everyone else is still thinking about whether they should start. If you want to change your life, raise your standards, or break through to another level, it's not going to happen by accident. It starts with a decision, a real decision, not a maybe, not an I'll try, but a decision that says, this is who I am now. This is what I will do. No more excuses. And once you make that decision, you have to back it up with action, because a decision without action is just a... And here's the thing, you already know what you need to decide. You already know what needs to change, what move you need to make, what pattern you need to break. The question is, are you going to step up and own it? Or are you going to keep waiting, hoping something magically changes on its own? Because it won't. You have to decide. So what's it going to be? What decision are you making today that's going to move you forward, that's going to push you beyond where you were yesterday? And once you make it, commit. follow through, burn the boats, so there's no going back. Because the moment you decide with absolute certainty, everything shifts. The doubt fades, the fear loses its grip, and all that's left is the unstoppable force of someone who knows exactly where they're going and refuses to settle for anything less. Now go make the decision that changes everything. Let's talk about one of the most powerful drivers of success, your why. Why do you do what you do? What is the true purpose behind your actions, your goals, your dreams? Too many people chase success without ever really understanding why they're pursuing it in the first place. They set goals because that's what everyone else is doing or because they think they should, not because they have a deep burning reason to achieve them. And when the road gets tough, when challenges arise, when doubt creeps in, that's when most people fall off track. They have no strong foundation to keep them going when the going gets rough. But when you have a why, a reason that goes beyond surface level goals, a reason that taps into your deepest values, your truest purpose, that's when you become unstoppable. That's when the setbacks don't matter. That's when the obstacles only fuel your fire instead of extinguishing it. Because when you have a powerful why, it gives you the strength to keep going even when everything else tells you to quit. It gives you the clarity to know exactly what you're working for, the sense of urgency to push through, and the determination to never give up. So ask yourself, what is my true purpose today? Why do you need to make today count? It's not enough to just show up and hope things work out. You need to have a reason that moves you, a reason that drives you to give your best, to be your best, to go beyond what you thought was possible. And that reason needs to be personal. It needs to matter to you on a deep level. Maybe it's to create a life of freedom for your family. Maybe it's to make an impact in the world. Maybe it's to prove something to yourself, to show you're capable of more than you ever thought. Whatever it is, it has to be big.